The game's going on, but we're going to carry on from where we are. So it is looking like he has probably not had the best backup draw. He's only on one, gone face with the sets of locks. I mean, we're going in.
I mean, you've got to go in when you're behind here.
Exactly.
I mean, we jumped into this game. I think we're about turn 4 here. You know, the mono ice mirror.
Mono, nice mirror. Ooh, yeah, we're going to take that.
Oh, do you
Interesting
know,
though.
I
Emperor
think he
can't
gets.
really do anything against Setzer at this point because Lock coming in is going to make another discard for red, taken down to one in hand. Oh, and Glacier
Okay,
is
let's
going
see
to
what
come and
going
knock
in.
that offline anyway, and
This is
making
dull discard.
this is bad. This is going to be a double discard here off of Lock. He's going to go down to 0. This is going to force Red Wolf into a top deck situation. Even though like he's possibly on the back foot, he's going to be making a lot of headroom for this. Yeah, it looks like he's gone for the discard effect, and Lock's going to get in, take him to 3. And with full cast to play with, we can expect another backup here probably. Another
I mean, if we
2 CD.
were, I mean, we were going to. Oh no, he's keeping 4 cards in hand. So the only cards he's either thinking he's got another Glacier in hand, and he's got these cards he wants to discard, or maybe he's just like holding back all these forwards, and he's thinking, I actually don't need to play anything else to risk getting blown out.
That's right. I mean, Genesis next turn for 2. Because Emperor could go in here. Emperor is not really looking to block. So there's not really a whole lot of room for him not going in here. I mean, if he wants to like make sure he can't die, but Ice has no haste. But that would mean that the next forward that comes down is potentially going to get CC'd quite easily.
I mean, with your Red Wolf here, like you've got your 4 backups, so you can play almost every card that you draw, and I think that's what you're looking to do.
Yeah, keeping Oddwood up
So,
there is pretty threatening as well because you can knock Glaciers out, which is what's going to cost him.
I mean, we've got an Edward in the damage zone already. Most lists, if I was lucky, I'd be thinking that most lists don't play more than 2. So I think even though they leave the Edward up, you just play into it all day. Because, you know, a list that's playing 3 Edwards is really greedy. But you're right, he has to get in with the Emperor here. And we see Cameron out go to the damage zone, so both players are electing for this kind of dark splash in their decks. And I think it's quite nice, actually. Like, if your opponent's sitting there behind flans and you just slam an Emperor, then they are just playing dead
It
cards.
does shut them down, doesn't it? So you kind of want to play the Emperor after the flans are down. But this is big. So what are we?
We're freezing
We're
lock.
freezing the lock. Okay, and then potentially killing the
7k
Setzer or discarding a card.
I think you have to choose 7k to Setzer here. Oh no, he's using 7k to lock.
Potentially just kill the lock. That would be my decision personally. I would not want that character to live.
I mean, well, he chooses 7k to the door lock, and then we still have another Modrin to choose. I mean, and there we go. He chooses discard.
Right,
Whoa,
so Likey
so
is
it's
actually
Ice and Earth.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I know Likey from an Ice Earth background, played it a lot. I think it was Opus 4. It was 4 because he was playing 6 package. And he beat me up quite thoroughly, actually, if I remember rightly. Very, very potent deck. And I think it's only gotten better in Opus 5. We saw a top 8 from Michael Macmillan from Scotland.
Yeah, that was a really interesting list as well.
Zed's Creed was a fantastic list. Anyway, before we digress too much.
Yeah, let's keep back on this. Well, it's pretty sad to think that he's playing Earth and we haven't seen an Earth backup yet. And Earth has some really, really consistent backups, so it's not. This isn't what you expect here, but still, Red Wolf with his 3 damage up. Yeah, you know, he doesn't have the pressure, but Red Wolf has got 1 card in hand. He's got a forward he doesn't really want to block with.
Oh no, Minor is getting out of hand. This is a 3 CP backup. Edward. Yep, I agree. We can only assume that the rest of his hand's quite good to get rid of the Minor here.
Oh, what? I mean, it's got to be like. But what's so good that you're not playing it here? You're going to go all out here? Ditch 2?
Yeah.
Play like a Dadaluma?
Celeste.
Oh, no,
Keep something else
Celeste.
tapped. Yeah, I think that's good.
Down.
That's a good choice. Keep the Emperor down. Very nice.
But that was a pretty sweet turn, actually. I mean, we've got a Sid Waff in play. We're not entirely sure whether the targets we have coming to this a bit late, but we can assume he's also playing Flan. But at this point, Red Wolf he needs to be playing some cards. 4. We're going to go to 6 CP. We're staying up 4. I sell it. Oh, Zalira.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay.
We'll kill the set
That's
there.
okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
you Emperor
fine.
would already. He's not doing anything anyway. He gets some Zero in hand too. I mean, there's a chance that Red Wolf would keep this card in hand here as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you just hope maybe your opponent drew an orphan. Does it really do
devastating
anything?
play here is Celeste directly into Labolas
Yeah.
because there is a 4k damage. Oh, two. Yeah, we're not going. Is it Reigns? Oh, Jill.
Jill. I mean, you should get some backups.
You got my heart going a little bit then, buddy.
We've got the second glass, we're going for it. But yeah, the Celeste would have dealt the 4k to Emperor. I'm going to go back to Red Wolfwood here. And he's going to say a Celeste here would be amazing. Anything that's going to slow down the attacks.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with
Come on,
Do
nice
Large
second.
out, we are bigger boys. So for 3,
Well, he's only added 1 CP so far.
1 card in hand, we need to get rid of something before we can do any Estalian Empire Seeds. What could this be? What could this be?
Which
Senna?
craziness he's playing with. Is he just going to play another summoner? I doubt it. I wouldn't do that as the first action in my turn.
A lot to think about. What could it be? What odd costed stuff we've got? So we could be, even costed. Three.
Hard costed? It's still hard costed. It could be
Probably
Glasher here.
sensible. Sarah, yeah.
Oh no,
She
it's,
is.
okay.
Get rid of that last card.
Right. There's another wall.
That's
That's
good.
a good time to play. We just got to assume at this point he just hasn't seen the FCP for play these guys.
Don't cheat now.
Yeah, it's example note sound. Interestingly, we saw a Swamp Monk in a Red Wolf with damage. And an Argath. This is an aggressive ice deck.
Oh, okay.
Marking 2.
This is
Now
good
there's a-
because this is getting us an orphan, which is going to give us huge combat potential. You just have to pray that like he doesn't draw into us a lot.
Yeah, I feel like if you really wanted to search an orphan this turn, you probably should have just played the Monk 13-2 and added it to your hand. Taken the point, maybe go to 6. Because you can't Mirage dive.
Labolas, that's going to be big.
Oh, here we go. So
you
this is going
definitely
to be a
want to
dull
put
and
it-
discard.
No, that's correct. Dull and discard. Yeah, orphan is out of here.
It's okay, we can top deck another one. We'll be okay. Okay, so we've sellers.
I think I would have opted to deal damage to Emperor here, personally.
Ooh. Freeze that. That's a nice little expert. That's going to buy him a turn. Nice, we're not going to play that.
Right, what we got?
Untapped.
2 in hand. None of them orphan.
So, the best things we can do here is we attack first. We get him for this 2 damage. Put our opponent to 3.
He experts. Well, he's playing that Jill, so we can assume that it's unlikely there's a lot of other Jills in his deck. So, and I'm pretty sure Ice doesn't really tend to run much the experts outside of, everyone's favourite.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the one thing I should probably have going for it. Oh, so we're going to see Sid Waff's ability. But he's going to his end phase.
What are we grabbing?
It's got to be Flan. Gotta be Flan. It's got to be Flan or Flandit. But this is the mono ice deck, so it's going to be the Flan.
Swamp Monk!
Monk.
Oh.
That's actually really sweet. I mean, that's free. If you can play another forward here, then he threatens lethal next
I
turn.
mean, that's going to get us in. Goes to 6k on offense. Doubles a guy. Bit of a snow. And for 4, Devout.
Oh, Devour. Ooh.
Nice.
Well, he's just setting himself up. Like, there's not many cards he's going to draw to get him out. If it's, he gets to keep the 1 in hand, which is lucky for any ice player. The problem is, if we're going to see Dadaluma here, Dadaluma is just going to be so good in this board. Still in 3.
Lock. Yeah,
Lock.
there it goes. Get it out.
Discard your card. It was a Jill in the back. That's good. Do you want to discard that? You don't want that card in your hand.
That's good, yeah, because Devout's going to bring back a guy, and then you Jill the Celeste, and you just keep everything down, right? You could even tap down the lock with the Swamp Monk and freeze it as well to keep him out of action, because Mirage Dive is just lethal here, which is a real problem for Red Wolf.
You're pretty fine. He probably can't Mirage Dive because the M2 is in play.
True.
So he's safe in any way. He's
Always
not going to
forget
get
about
combat.
that card. Swamp Monk coming in.
Going to be a 6k. We attack.
Double the lock. Take it to 4.
Accidentally.
Zalira.
Well, if he's got another one, well, he can't cast it. If he does have it, there's not many cards. There's no cards realistically he can cast. And if you go in for the 6 here, he's got 2 attackers coming in, so you need an answer. So we're going to assume the Devout's going to put another forward into play in the second main phase. We will also have 2 cards in hand. Orphan would be great here. which frees
Yeah,
both these
Orphan
flanks.
pretty much decides anyone's site right now. I'm not sure if like he's gone past one yet. I've not clocked one yet. So that could very well be it.
Yeah, like a lot of the time, like it's one of the well, he has got 5 ice scout doesn't play, but you know, if one of these guys and Orphan still duels 2 guys when he comes down, which is gonna be more than enough here.
Yeah, and a
Yep.
flan.
And I think here we elect for the search for another flan, play it, crack them both, divide back a guy.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah,
And
we're
we
gonna
have to
find
do
another one.
something.
This isn't gonna stop any orphan plays if he's already got it in hand though, because he can still pay for it. He's hoping that Devout gets cracked and we get, I don't know what he's got in the bin, but maybe Genesis or something.
Genesis is definitely the
Genesis
best
would be
card.
very good here. Yeah, and there's that one.
Well, we're just gonna get all the flans out. Well, like you know now that after this point, he's not gonna have any more cards in hand.
Well, you can't now use those plans because.
Oh yeah, the dual. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is now this is your last turn that you're gonna have cards that you can play and hold on to. So from now on, you just play every single card that you can.
I'm fairly sure that like he's probably gonna be able to find lethal this turn. I'm quite confident that he's got something in his hand that I definitely would have tried to make him discard, but I don't think you could
You
afford
see
it.
the
all.
Vayne
Vayne's
doesn't
gonna
do
come
anything
down.
here.
Just,
He's a blocker.
Just
and
another
he's
guy,
pretty
isn't
good.
it? Really, yeah. And it's a big guy at that.
Untap.
Maybe phase one, Mirage Dive.
No, he can't do it.
He can't.
We've been through this. Maybe he'll miss it. You're right. Maybe this will work. Opus 3 Shiva.
Oh my goodness. There's quite a lot of ice cards that just win here. There's not a lot of cards in other elements that just let you win here, is there? I mean, I guess Bahamut works, right? If you could afford it. But
I mean, Soldier would probably win
and
here
Soldier
too.
works, yeah. But I mean, replace those cards, man.
I mean, we all have to get him. Like, he does have an Earth Splash in his deck. He's not representative on the board. He does have an Earth
It's
Splash in his deck.
definitely Tantoto. 100%. It's gotta be. What else could it be? I mean,
She starts seeing these brave
Trying to think
attacks into nothing.
what could potentially be good for our board, other than the obvious? Considering there's an Earth Splash in here, what could he be putting down? Something like... Well, it needs to be big anyway, because Swamp Monk's going to take something offline when it goes in.
And you are going to lose your hand next turn. So we have to see the plays come out this
Yeah.
turn.
And
I mean,
Red
I feel
Wolf
like if
is-
we had Orphan, we would have just slammed it and won here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a no-brainer, really, isn't it? 2 in hand means that, well, I suppose it could be a Shiva, and then Shiva would just cut you out of the game almost, wouldn't it?
Like, it's gonna cut you out of the game anyway, isn't it? Like you're dead to it next turn. If he's got it, he's got it. You got to play into it. You can hold up Edward, threaten a silent burst. Oh no, you can't because of the Emperor. No. I just did myself.
See? That's not just me, brother. Oh, I hate that card so much. You know, I challenge anyone playing that card to come up to me and tell me that they're actually having fun with this game.
It is one of the... Oh, ditching the Ice Terror.
That's probably correct. 5 Setzer, isn't it?
No, it's a big no. Maybe he's trying to play a 5 CP Earth forward. Trying to play a deleter.
What did he... Terrorist Ice,
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he got confused between his elements there.
potentially. 5 CP Ice, Earth is... It's only really deleter people tend to rock, isn't it? I can't see that in a deck like this.
Oh!
So-
Oh! Are we going to see the tower come down?
Oh, Star Sybil! What are we gonna get? We can't cast anything off of 4.
I mean, you can add a Priest to your hand.
I'm just gonna take
We're
another
going to get a Toto
Okay.
that's definitely getting discarded.
Okay.
If we're not just dead.
Well,
Found FCP. Daddle him. Say it every time. It needs to be. Here we go.
yeah.
It's a good card here.
That's a strong
You know, I'm not convinced it's enough. Even just on the board, I don't think this is enough.
Passing turn here is quite scary. Red Wolf's still got 2 in hand. But ditching your hand to play the Dadloomer is probably correct. I mean, I would definitely do it. Right, he has to block here.
Party attacking.
Yeah, well, you have to
Well-
because of Vayne. But we're going in. I mean, like he can't have loop, like he can have loop lethal actually. Red Wolf does have lethal
He's
here.
just giving.
He
He's just
needs-
giving
he
lethal
just
by
block
attacking.
with,
By attacking
block
with
with Sarah, right? Take out
Block
the
with
lock.
Sarah, activate Swamp Monk, attack,
Yeah, and
tap
you
down
just
Dabbler.
tap down Eidolon, and you've kind of just won. So you just block with anyone really. Probably Sarah.
Sarah's your lowest power forward, the one you most want to replay.
So this is quite sad really because we know I think we've already figured out how this game's going to go. So well, I mean EX burst. What could it be? Mateus the Corrupt. Okay. No, because it's already triggered by that point. What else could there be? Nothing really.
I don't. I think we need to go
Shiva.
back further into this turn and realise the play was probably party attack with Celeste and Lock, see if they block. No, you don't even party attack with Celeste and block because you don't want to put the forward into the break zone. You probably just slam the Toto and hope they haven't got anything, and then play off the top of your
he
deck.
had the Toto originally, didn't he? I don't think. Well, he must have
He
done.
did
He must have been able to. He could have paid for it because he had Star Sybil, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he had the Star Sybil in hand, and Toto he ditched for the
And that
FCP
meant,
to play it.
well, he could have kept a card, but you know it's going to get flaned anyway. But I think, yeah.
Or maybe there was a way that he just held back.
It
Like he
definitely
doesn't
keeps you in the
attack
game,
it.
doesn't it? I mean, this doesn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a play that loses you.
I'm fairly sure that. Oh no, he's definitely thinking about it. Yeah, he's in a block. Okay, that's fine.
So blocking with Vayne lets him kill off the
I
Celeste.
guess there must be a Vayne in hand or something, another forward of that type, just to get more guys on the board. I definitely kill. No, I guess that's correct.
Kill the highest powerful. If you were going to kill the lock, then you would have just blocked with the Sarah.
Okay.
Pass it over to Red Wolf Wood.
Forward
Go
hand. Slam that orphan.
More lethal is on board.
So Tadluma's 4K when it's targeted once, and yeah, there's no other way of triggering it, so we just go in, right?
I think we just go in. I think he's just going to evaluate. He's going to make sure that he doesn't lose here. Because he's still going to be on 6 damage. It can be a bit hard to see.
This is quite disappointing, really, because we've only. I'm like he must have just not had the draw he's really dealing with, because the first backup he had down when I got in here was Stalin Empire Sid, which means that he started off pretty rough, ditching 2 for that, unless he managed to. Oh, this is so then.
Maybe we need to play the gent.
No, but
I'm always happy to see a question to character.
you know, I mean, there's a potential for a misplay here. Depends on who he targets with that Luma. If Swamp Monk has to target something.
He does, and if he goes, oh,
5,
I'll target that Luma.
6.
And,
Give him haste. Belias.
oh, okay, get it. Oh,
Give it haste. Give it activity or whatever. Get in.
in the Swamp Monk. Dull the lock.
In response, fairy. No, that's gone.
No, that's it.
Oh well. Well, that is a shame because I'm pretty sure that like his deck is not supposed to be played like that. Isurf ping. You saw him discard the Terror early. You definitely wanted that down at the same time as Tadaluma.
Yeah,
It
you
was
saw
probably
the-
he was probably had Tadaluma in his hand for a little while, and he was waiting for the Terror to come down, so he could get some combos going.
Yeah, we got that. But it looked like the players were communicating with each other, but I feel like we managed to follow that game pretty well. It was a good game. It was sad to see the end of that game. It was really sad. I still feel like there was potential in that last turn where the Shantoto wipe would potentially give you a bit more leeway to survive.
That definitely seemed like something that needed to happen, didn't it? I'm going to agree with you there. Playing that Shantoto on that turn is definitely going to at least reset the board. It's going to leave you with 1 in hand, which is going to get discarded anyway because of the flans. I mean, Swamp Monk is still on the board. It still gets to go in. But at least you're forcing Red Wolf into some sort of a top deck situation. I mean, he probably still had some sort of forward in hand, like the Genesis or anything, so he probably still would be able to maintain some sort of pressure. But at least Star Sybil, allows you to slam anything that comes to your hand, and probably a 3 cost as well. Like if you get 2 solid forwards, you're stabilizing at the very least, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was. I feel like it might not have been the play that won you the game, but the line where you choose to play the Star Sybil is almost certainly the play that loses you the game.
For sure. It's also quite sad. I'm assuming that he was definitely playing Duke Lag. My apologies. That good old ice bucket buffer. Seeing that is really, really crucial to this game, and it looks like he's also teched out to beat for Soviet decks, which this isn't, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really hit anything in the deck, but during the back from this card, you can just splash in a nice deck, like it's still just a good backup.
True.
And it gives you a bit of leeway, like it's like random X lightning decks. really gives you good leeway against Fusoya decks. Fusoya decks are absolutely a nightmare against ice.
For
Like
sure.
when they're killing blocks and just taking the damage, it feels really bad. But regardless of that, we caught the end of that game. It was quite nice. We originally thought it was the Mono Ice Mirror, but in fact it was just that like he hadn't drawn any F cards.
That sucks, man. Well, condolences to Likey. Well done indeed, Red Wolf. Bodied
Yeah,
him. It was
game.
free. Stomped him into the ground.
And,
and hopefully
was
we'll
good.
be able to get another game as soon as it comes up next time and be on time for you guys.
Yeah, well, definitely. This is, of course, the Eidolon Festival, the Octagon Open. You can look for it in the Facebook group. Hopefully, it will be back and we'll commentate over something for round 3. And I hope to see people there.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.